We're going to use 3 tools. The first one is called the 4 keys to your moment. It's very focused on the present moment. The second one are the 4 directions. It's a compass. It's actually the map that is being used for World of Wisdom. And it can also be used as a guide for your next moment or couple of moments. And then the third one is a holistic approach to yourself. And it consists of three main things that we human beings are here to do as individuals in our lives. Basically the only 3 things, if you would ask me. So we're going to do these 3 tools one after another, and when I tell you to write down something, you just write it down. Sounds okay? You have people on the beach here waving. They're okay. Cool. All right. So I'll invite you to close your eyes and join me in meditation. So just close your eyes. Take a moment to just sit with yourself. Notice your breath. We're going to go into the first part of this called the 4 keys, which some of you might have done before, but we're going to do it a little bit differently today. So these are the 4 keys to your moment. You can visualize 4 locks somewhere in your body, and the 4 keys are your tools to unlock your moment, to basically be the master of your own moment, any moment in life, this moment, any other moment. I'm going to do it a little bit faster today since we have a lot to cover. So as you sit here breathing, I invite you to focus on the very first key. You can hold it in your hand, you can visualize it in front of you if you like. This is the key of acceptance, of accepting this moment exactly as it is, without judgment, without putting stamps or values or labels on things, without trying to change anything. So just sit with that for a moment, doing your best to accept what is. Right here where you're sitting right now, and everything that is going on in your life right now. Everything that you're carrying around with you, in your mind, in your heart, in your soul. So just sit with that, accepting what is. Can you accept everything? What happened yesterday? Any thoughts, plans, worries, or anxieties for tomorrow? Any expectations you're having for this day? And out of all the things in your life that you're carrying right now, that you have in you, within you, and with you right now, can you accept everything? Or is there friction somewhere? So what is currently hard for you to accept? This will be the first thing to write down as a scanning. So you can write it in a notebook, you can make a drawing if you like, record it in any way you like. But just notice what in your life right now is difficult for you to accept, if anything. So I'll give you guys a minute to just sit with that and record it. Where is the friction? What's difficult to accept? I see people riding on the beach. So what is difficult for you to accept in your life right now? Big or small, right here in this moment? Maybe your back is aching. Maybe you have a sick mother. Whatever it is, just notice what is difficult to accept. From there, we're going to move on to the second key. So in this meditation, we use these keys to unlock our moment. And today in this session, we're using them to scan our lives, to understand more about ourselves and our journey ahead and the work we have to do. So the second key that also sits somewhere in your body is used after the key of acceptance. So first we do our best to accept what is, and then we unlock the next lock with the key of presence. So this key is simply about using this amazing tool that we have, this human body, this electromagnetic field that we are, that is filled with antennas and different ways for us to sense things in ourselves and around ourselves. So the key of presence is about simply doing that, just noticing what is, just noticing what you notice. What do you hear? What do you see? What do you sense? What do you think? What are the sensations that are coming to you? So we're going to sit with that for a little bit and simply notice what we notice, doing our best to not judge, not put expectations, not put any values or labels on anything. Nothing is good or bad. Just notice what you notice and breathe with that. Now I invite you to notice, where is there friction? What's making it hard for you to be fully present? You put judgment somewhere? Do you have any expectations? Is there any pain, any friction? Is perhaps one of your senses annoying you the most? Maybe the sound of the wind. Maybe it's something you feel in your body. Maybe it's a thought that you have that you can't shake. Once you notice these frictions, I invite you to write them down. If you find any frictions at all, to be in the moment, just write them down. I'll give you a minute to do that as well. We have more people joining on the beach. I see a happy face. So what we've done so far is notice what is hard for us to accept in our life right now. Notice what is taking us out of the present moment. Is it input from the outside? Is it thoughts within myself? Where is that friction? Now for the third key to our moment, this is the key of gratefulness. So as we move through accepting the moment and then being present with it, noticing what we notice, we gratefulness. So in the meditation, we do this by simply inviting gratefulness, just allowing ourselves to feel whatever it is that we're grateful for right now in this moment, with everything that we have in our life, with everything that's going on in this moment where you're sitting. What are you grateful for? And allow that to resonate through your entire being. There's a lot of science about the importance of gratefulness. So as you sit with your gratefulness, I invite you to flip the coin. Is there something in your life you're not grateful for? Whatever comes up. Is there anything you are not grateful for? And if anything like that comes up, I invite you to write it down or draw it, record it in any way you like. Is there anything that you are not grateful for in this moment? And we'll continue with the fourth and final key of this first part, the 3 parts we're going through today. So we've gone through acceptance, presence, gratitude, and the fourth key, sitting somewhere in your body to fully unlock any moment, to fully own it without having to change it, is the key of love. So I invite you to invite love into your moment. What do you love about yourself right now? What do you love about the people around you in the space where you are in this moment? What do you love about your community, your family, all the people you have in your life, the people you love? Just notice them, let them be present, and notice that love, that connection you have. What do you love about all people, about humanity and this planet? Just notice, allow it to be there, sit with it. Breathe with it. Once again, I invite you to flip the coin. Is there anything in your life, in the world, that you don't love? Whatever comes up first, what is it that you don't love? And feel free to write that down, record it. So this first part of this life scan that we're doing today, this 4 keys meditation to connect with your moment, be the master of it. In this scanning exercise, we've gone through where is the friction? What is it that makes it hard for us to accept everything that is? What is it that we can't accept? What is it that's taking me out of the present moment? Where do I go? What is it that makes it hard for me to simply notice without judging, without putting values on things? What is it that I feel that I'm not grateful for in this life, in this world, in this existence? And is there anything that I don't feel love for in this life, in this world, in this existence? So this, what you've written down for later, but what it is about is projections. We see the world from the inside, from within. So simply a mirror. It's a reflection of what's going on inside me. So there are keys, there are hints when we do these types of scans. Where is it that I need to put in the extra work within myself? What is it that is not allowing me to be in full acceptance, presence, gratitude, and love all the time in every moment? So that's the first part of this. Now we're going to move on to the second part, which takes us a little bit out of the present moment, puts our focus a little bit towards the next moment. For this, we're going to use. So this is the compass that we're actually using at World of Wisdom when we lay out our camps. So instead of the 4 directions, north, south, east, and west, we have we, I, do, and be. So if we use this as a compass, we can use it here, where various camps have various points of focus. In we do things together. In I do things by myself. In we be, we are together. And in I be, I am with myself. So we can not only use this at World of Wisdom gatherings, we can use this compass individually. So the way to do it, where on this compass am I right now? You have 4 quadrants. We do, we be, I be. Where am I right now? Just notice. All right, you're somewhere on this compass. And yesterday, where did you spend most of your day? Was it in we do, doing things with others? Or I was creating things, doing things by myself. I was doing in doing mode. Was it in I be? Maybe I was meditating by myself for a day. Was it in we be? Just being together with others, not trying to achieve or create anything. And if you draw your timeline backwards, where have you spent your past month primarily? Are you somewhere in the middle or towards one of these directions? And then the key question here is, where do you feel you need to go next? In order to stay in balance, because we need to be in balance, in harmony. Right now there's a feather floating by in the water. It's very beautiful. In order to stay in balance, in harmony, we should most likely not be just in one quadrant. We need all of this. So based on where you are right now in your life, where do you need to spend a little bit more time and energy? Is it doing things together with other people? Maybe doing things by yourself, not with other people? Is it being with other people without trying to produce anything? Or is it just being with yourself? You can use this tool throughout the course of a day to also scan your day when you go to bed at night. Where have I been today? And where is my body? Where is my mind? Where is my soul and heart telling me I should spend my next moment, my next hour, my next day? So I invite you to simply write down whatever comes to you, which of these 4 quadrants you need more of in your life right now. So that is the second part of this life scanning that we're doing today in this camp called the Keys, which is right now on this very small island. So the first part, once again, was about identifying our projections, looking at what is hard for us to accept, what is making it difficult for me to be present, what am I not grateful for, what is it that I don't love in this moment. The second part is compass for the next moment. What do I need more of? Do I need to be more with myself, being with other people, doing things by myself, or doing things with other people? Where should I go next on this journey that I'm on? Just for the next moment. the next 10 minutes, the next hour, maybe the next day, whatever comes to you. With that, we're going to go into the third and final part of this personal life scanning that we're doing today. So I'll explain it a little bit first. From where I'm sitting, the work of a human being, what we're here to do as individuals, to me, looks as if it's actually only three things on this life journey. So the first thing we're here to do is to heal. And I like to describe it as healing our connections. So this work, the three things we do it both on the inside. It's both inner work. And then we do it externally in our interaction with the world and other people. That's the outer work. So before we go into the scanning, I'm just going to run through this structure. So the first part is healing your connections. The inner work of that is healing your connections with yourself, healing wounds, traumas, connecting fully with your whole self, your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit. The out is healing your connections with the outside world, your relationships to other people, to the world around you, to what you're experiencing from the outside. Healing any wounds, traumas, in those connections. So that's the healing part of what we're here to do. The second thing we're here to do is to align with our purpose. So from where I'm sitting, I'm gonna let this plane pass us. So from where I'm sitting, the way I see it, we all have a purpose and a path. We're here to do something. We're all a little piece of this giant puzzle. And what tells me this is that when I do certain things, I feel good and I feel it's true and I'm feeling connected to myself and I'm in flow. When I do other things, I don't feel that. I feel the opposite. That to me is a guiding tool to signal. Go a little bit more this way or don't go that way. Do a bit more of this activity, not that activity. Hang out more with these people, not those people. We're just a tiny particle from these forces in life. So it tells me we have a purpose. There's a path that I'm here to follow. So the second part of this work we're here to do is that aligning with this. So the inner aspect of that is understanding it. What is my purpose? Actually figuring it out. That can take a lifetime. And the outer aspect of aligning with your purpose is to manifest that purpose as your gifts to this world. As gifts to this world. So that's the second part. We have heal my connections, align with my purpose. And then the third part, which I believe comes automatically when you've come far enough on your journey, the first parts, is to act from your power. To always act from within your power. To be true, to be strong, to be you. The way to do that, the inner aspect of it, is to be of service to yourself in every moment. Always do what you need in every moment. That's the inner part of this. And the outer part of it is to be of service to the world in every moment. So it's this magical balance of doing things for yourself and the world at the same time. Not going back and forth, not choosing one or the other. Doing both. So I invite you to scan these. So we go back to healing our connections on the inside. Whatever comes up for you, whatever is there right now, just notice, what is it you feel, see, or hear that you need to heal within yourself? Are there old traumas, wounds? Are there behaviors that are repeating themselves? Where do you feel friction? What is it that you would like to heal within yourself? I invite you to record that, write it down, or draw it, whatever comes to you. And as you do this, I invite you to really do this. Really go deep. Something happens when we allow ourselves to bring those deepest aspects of ourselves up and then out. Even if that is a way to verbalize and vocalize the fears, the wounds, the traumas, the inner work we're here to do. You don't need to show these notes to anyone else but yourself, but write it down. From the inner focus, the wounds, the traumas, the repeated patterns, we all have these. There's a second feather floating by. We all have these. No human being is fully free from all of these wounds. So once we've written that down, we're going to turn our focus outwards towards our relationships. Relationships to other human beings, animals, nature, objects, activity, work. So notice what comes up for you. Where in your life is there a need for healing in relationships? If you take a step outside of yourself and just look at the relationships you have, without for a moment being in them, without projecting or blaming someone else, the other part of a relationship to be the reason for why it needs healing, doesn't matter. Just note it, does it need healing? Any relationship in your life to anything. I invite you to write that down or draw it. Whatever comes up. From there, we're going to move to the second part of this last part. So that is aligning with your aspect of that again. Understand it. To sense it. To have a notion what your purpose potentially might be. This is hard to put into writing. So I invite you to do a scan of sense. Is there a direction that you're heading in your life? Are there things you're drawn to? Places, people, activities? And what are your core needs in life to feel good? What is it that you as a unique human being needs to fully thrive? So I invite you to write those things down. Start writing down, what are your core needs as a human being? What are you feeling drawn to? Places, people, activities, anything else? Whatever comes up for you. So from where I'm sitting and from my perspective, the things we need as individuals, the things that we feel make us whole, make us thrive, blossom in this life, what we are drawn to, those are not only needs, those represent our gifts to this world. What we need is what we're here to give. So what we need is what we're here to give to the world around us. So somewhere in there, there's a path and a purpose. It can change, it can shift, but it has a general sense of direction. So just notice that and record it. What's the direction? Without judging it, without thinking about if it's possible, what other peoples might think, if it fits into our current dying society. Just look to the future and dream a bit of what you might be doing. Then the outer aspect of this, manifesting your purpose and path as gifts to the world. We won't do a lot of that because you can spend hours, days, and weeks getting creative around that. But give some thought to what would I like to manifest based on this general sense of direction, my needs, what I'm drawn to. If I can dream freely and not occupy my mind with limitations or worries or fears, you're just gonna write it down on a paper. It's not a big thing. If you could dream, what would you like to manifest as a gift from you to this world? Your legacy. Something small for tomorrow, something massive, something in between. Doesn't really matter. Whatever comes to you. You don't have to commit to doing this. This is just a scanning exercise. I love looking at you people on the beach. You're amazing. I can't see the people online, but you're amazing too. All right, so the last part, acting from your power by being of service to yourself in every moment and being of service to the world in every moment. That to me is the key of all things. That is the work of a lifetime. So for this scan, I'd like you to simply notice, how am I stopping myself from being of service to myself in every moment? Because that's where it starts. You cannot fully be of service to the world in every moment unless you're full service of yourself first. So how am I stopping myself from being of service to myself in every moment? Just notice what comes up. Write it down, record it. So how am I stopping myself from being of service to myself in every moment? What's blocking me right now where I'm sitting in life? This is just my journey. This is my work. And then switch over to what is stopping me from being in service of the world in every moment. Am I scared? Am I worried? What is it that's sometimes blocking me from fully being there? Just notice it. Just write it down. Now we have 6 minutes left. So I invite you to first take 3 minutes, and I'll time you, to just look at what you've recorded. Just look at it, almost neutrally. Do you see any patterns? What is coming up for you? Are certain things you've written tougher than others? Is there more friction in certain words? Just notice what pops up and notice, are there any common patterns here? Is anything repeating? Is anything emerging as a pattern for you? Could be a word, could be a theme, anything. And notice that as we record that. What do you see when you look at the big picture? So this is where you are in your life right now. It's not a result. It's part of a journey. It's a continuous process. You're doing the work. As are the birds behind me. So to wrap this up, I want to share something that a friend of mine taught me, who's actually here on location, Alexander Holmberg. So from where you're sitting now, look at what you've recorded, this momentary scan of your life, the work you have ahead of you, the next couple of steps to be the human being that you are and do the work that you're here to do. The inner work, which is the key work, the most important work we have to do. Because when we heal ourselves, when we align with our purpose, that's what we're here to do. And when we do that, we automatically help others do the same. And when enough human beings, enough many cells in the organism we call humanity do this work, we heal humanity. We allow humanity to align with its purpose. So close your eyes. Notice where you are right now, where you're sitting, what time it is, where in the world you are, how old you are. This standing up, but it's fine to sit down and just move on the inside. So look at the work that you have ahead of you, the patterns that emerged in this scan. I'd like to invite you to take a step forward in time. If you stand up, you can take a step in the physical room. If you're sitting down, just feel your body moving forwards 6 months in time. 6 months from when you're doing this scan. And for those 6 months, you've not only been aware of what this scan told you, you've been exploring the work. You've been noticing. You've been doing your best. You've been taking steps towards being more accepting, being more present, being more grateful, being more love, following your inner compass, healing your inner and outer connections, aligning with your purpose, trying to find out more about it, trying to manifest it as your gifts to the world. And in each moment, you've done your best to be of service to yourself and the world around you. And you've done this now for 6 months. So notice how that feels. You've been doing it for 6 months. What do you see? What do you see around you? How has this impacted the people around you, the world around you? What do you hear? What are they saying? What thoughts are you having? And what do you feel? How does this feel in your body? How does it feel to have been doing this for 6 months? Just take a breath and feel that. I invite you to take another step. Take a step 1 year into the future. You've been doing this work for a whole year. Not judging yourself, just simply exploring this journey, doing the work. Notice where you are now. How does it feel? What do you see? What do you hear? And another step. 5 years into the future. Since the day you did this scan, you've been doing your work as a human being, as a unique human being, as you, for 5 months, honoring this journey. Doing your best to be accepting, present, grateful, loving, healing your wounds, aligning with your purpose. How do you feel? Where are you? Then one more step, 10 years. You've been doing this for 10 years, constantly, doing the work, being kind to yourself. Who are you now? And so the last and final step, the big one. Take one giant leap forward. You're now old. You're on your deathbed. Your life is about to end and move in to the next journey of your soul. So with a minute left to live, you see that you've been doing this work within yourself and around yourself for your entire life since you did this scan. How do you feel now that it's over? Let's end with a deep breath in. Hold it. And release. That's it. Thank you guys. I hope. Thank you guys online.